Hello and welcome to Patrick's Models and Transports. So last night while I was waiting for the temperature to, more likely the humidity to decrease because it's very hot and damp here these days. Computer says there are 29 degrees right now. Look, I'll show you the sky. This is northeastern Italy. Hot and a white sky. This is what we get sometimes in summer. It's horrible. Okay, right. You don't often see out the window. I'm usually working at night. I'm actually working. I'm doing a translation now, but this is just a quick update. So what did I do? I fitted the curtains to the rail car. The curtains are going to help camouflage the massive chassis, which I have painted silver to make it sort of do the sort of window glistening effect. And then we'll talk further on about the chassis in another video. So I fitted the curtains on one side. The curtains are just slips of green artwork paper that I have a wad of, and I fitted them on with glue and glaze, as you can see, and I fitted them sort of irregular to simulate the curtains being pulled at different, the curtains are never hang tidily when they're being used in a piece of rolling stock. Then, as you can see, I also made the two little black knobs on the windows. These are I've decided to go for the old-fashioned full drop windows that the earlier Italian rail cars and carriages were fitted with, not the Klein type aluminium framed windows of the ALN 668 and later carriages. And to do that, I used matte black Vallejo paint and an old-fashioned nib pen, because the glass marker pen is not precise enough and it doesn't really work well. And then I also made the windscreen wipers. You can see the windscreen wipers there on the two cabs. I just drew them with a nib pen and paint, and I have already made the knobs on the windows. On this side I still have to fit the curtains. This window here, this is a toilet, so I'll have to see if this is an opening window. I'll have to look at some pictures to see whether to make the knobs there or not. So I still have to fit them over here. Then what else was I going to tell you? Here's the chassis anyway. As you can see, I've marked the chassis there and further over because I'm going to fit a piece of styrene to make a separation between the cab and the cab slash luggage compartment, so that we can actually make some form of very simplified cab interior. But these are all things I can do further on once we actually get the thing on the rails. My goal is to tomorrow, hopefully, to get this here on the layout and test it and do a test run. I've also finished touching up the paint on the horns because I added a little piece, sort of half section of how do you call it, heat shrink insulation tube on the end of the horn to make the horn fitting, and I painted them over with matte black paint to cover any traces of glistening glue and glaze glue. So we're very close. Once I finish these curtains, we'll actually fit the roof to the rail car. So we're very close to the test run. When we're on the layout, I'll actually be able to decide how to ballast this to trim it well, because it tends to sit slightly squint. So I want to ballast it in such a way that it always sits straight. So we'll see that once we're in the test phase. So I'm back to my boring translation. Cheerio, and see you later on today. Translation now. Then I've got three English lessons. That'll be 3 hours, one after another. That'll be fun. So I think I'll be going out afterwards to stretch my legs. Ciao, ciao.